All right, guys, just before we get started here, a huge shout out to Matt XJS. He is the one that originally posted the instructions on the Discord channel. If you guys want to reference the original instructions, go to the Discord. It's under the NeoMod section and just check the pinned messages and you'll be able to find the instructions that I am referencing to. So again, huge shout out to Matt XJS, who is the guy who originally got the dataref animations out there for us to modify. Now, towards the halfway point of this video, I'm going to be modifying some datarefs. You'll see me copy and pasting some items. Everything that I'm copying and pasting from, I will put in the description, so you can literally just copy it from the description and paste it into your Notepad++. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll catch you on the other side. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial video on how to install the freeware IAE engine mod to your Toliss A319 aircraft. Now, this engine mod was developed and designed for the Flight Factor 320 since there is no IAE engine variant available on the Payware 320. But I have found that the texture quality is so superior to anything else that I've seen for the Airbuses out there, I wanted to put it on my 319 as well. So I went ahead and I messed around in Plane Maker and I got these freeware engines to fit perfectly on the Toliss A319. A couple of you have been seeing the videos I've been posting, the screenshots I've posted, and a lot of you have been asking for a video on how to get these engines on your Toliss aircraft. Now keep in mind the Toliss aircraft comes with a default IAE engine and a CFM engine, so you do not by any means need to do this if you don't have the Toliss, but maybe you want a little bit better texturing. I think it's especially notable inside the engine there. The spinner is fantastically modeled. Just kind of the shape of the engine, it's a little bit more slender, not as bulbous, and then of course the just the mapping and everything just looks really clean. I think they're some of the best engines I've seen modeled in a flight sim, and the fact that they're freeware and put out there for the community to use is absolutely astonishing. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put these on your Toliss A319. Keep in mind though, you don't have to do this if you don't have a Toliss aircraft. You can always you can use the default engines. It comes with two sets of engines, unlike the Flight Factor, which only came with CFMs, hence the reason for this mod in the first place. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Navigate to your threshold form and download the IAE engine mod. Now remember, this was built specifically for the Flight Factor A320, but they do fit on the A319 as well. When you go ahead and hit download, you're going to have a bunch of different options here. I went ahead and downloaded the 4K textures. You can do the 2K if you have a little bit weaker system. I went with the 4K. There's also two paint kits if you would like to paint the engines, and then there's an IAE fix. Now, what the IAE fix does is it basically changes a couple of small bugs that happened on the engine. So download both files, the fix and the 2500, either the 2K or 4K, and then we'll pick it up from there. Once you have those two folders downloaded, I like to just go ahead and open up my engines folder here, and I'm going to take the 4K engine IAE textures and I'm just going to drag it to my desktop right there. So now I've got my IAE engines, and inside of this folder you've got a bunch of objects. Now what we need to do is do the same with the IAE fix. All we're going to do, however, though, is just take these objects here and paste them in this folder and overwrite, because they're basically just fixing some little bugs that were on the default download. So now that you have your IAE fix items over the top of your regular IAEs, you are now ready to start modding. So what we need to do, navigate to your X-Plane folder, and what I like to do is go to my aircrafts and I come to my Toliss 319 and I'm going to make a copy of the airplane. Just make a copy of it. That way if you mess it up, you still have your regular 319 and you can try again. No bugs. There's no issue there. So I've already created a copy. I've got copy number 2 because I'm doing this video live with you. So once you have Toliss 319 copied, we're going to go to the objects in the aircraft folder, and then we're going to create a new folder. I'm going to go new, and I'm going to just label this folder IAE engines. So now I've got a new folder in my Toliss 319 object. One mistake I've made here is you want to make sure this folder is just labeled IAE. Do not label it IAE engines. Make sure it just says IAE. From there, we're just going to go ahead and take the IAE engine objects that we downloaded and put the fixed objects on top of and overwrote. We're going to copy those and we're going to put them in that folder right there. So that is pretty much the extent of folder building that we're going to be doing now with the Toliss 319. Now we need to actually edit the aircraft itself in PlaneMaker. So to get to PlaneMaker, you're going to step back to the main X-Plane root folder and launch PlaneMaker. Once you have PlaneMaker open, we're going to come over here and we're going to open the copied aircraft that we just created, right? So I'm going to come over here to my Toliss A319 and it's going to be copy number 2 for me. If it's the first copy for you, it's just going to look like that. It's going to be a regular copy, but copy number 2 for me. And then we're going to select the aircraft that we're going to use. There's standard definition, X-Plane 10. I'm going to select the A319 regular ACF file. All right, once you open up the aircraft here, you'll see that the engines are already hidden. That's normal. That's because it's hidden by default. So what we need to do now is go to your standard miscellaneous objects. Once you're in the miscellaneous objects section, we need to delete a couple things. We need to come down here and we're looking for engines.obj. We're just going to go ahead and clear that one out. We're also going to clear out blades.obj. All right, now that I've removed engines and blades.obj, I'm going to come to the bottom of the miscellaneous objects. I'm going to add 6 blank spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that we have our 6 blank spots, I'm going to start inserting our new objects. So to insert a new object, click the little square here next to the blank area, and you'll see that we are in our Toliss 319 copy. I'm in copy number 2. And we've got a bunch of objects, but we're looking for our IAE engines. So right here, we're going to start importing these items. So I'm going to go ahead and insert IAE left object first. We'll go ahead, open object. Then I'm going to go ahead and insert pylon left.obj. Then we're going to insert IAE right.obj. And then we're going to insert pylon right.obj. And then the last two are going to be the fast animations, IAE fast left and IAE fast right. So now I've inserted all 6 objects that we put in from our IAE engine folder that we originally downloaded from the Threshold website. Now, it's very important that we get the coordinates correct for the position of the engines, or else you'll have weird bugs on your airplane. They'll look a little bit off-centered, or they may be poking through the wings. So to put the coordinates down, we have to do this very specifically, and we need to start out with a negative value. So to do negative values, we're going to go down, and it's going to be negative 0.80. Then it's going to be negative 0.2, then negative 2.47. We're going to leave the rest all zeros. We're going to do all views here on shadow mode with no prefill. All right, moving down to pylon left, it's going to be the same thing, negative 0.8. Negative 0.2, negative 2.47. All views in the shadow mode. Now down to IAE right object, negative 8, positive 2, so up arrow 0.20 with a negative 2.47. And also make sure you select all views. Then for pylon right, same thing. Kind of see where I'm going with this now. However, this pylon is also going to be a positive decimal 20, followed by a negative 2.47. And then for the last two, it is going to be the same figures. Also make sure all views. And then for IAE fast left, negative 0.8, negative 0.2, negative 2.47. With the fast, we're going to do exterior only. And then the very last object, the IAE fast right, it's going to be negative 0.8, positive 0.2, negative 2.47, and exterior only. All right, go ahead and close out of that. And now you can see here in PlaneMaker that we have successfully mounted the IAE engines to the Toliss 319. And they look pretty good. So that will take care of the external modeling. What we need to do now is edit some datarefs so we get animations. We want to have reverser animations and blade animations as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and click Save. And we're going to close out of that. Now it's going to get a little bit more complicated, but we can do it together. So we're going to go into our objects folder. We're going to go into our objects folder of the 319 that we just modified. So that's going to be 319, copy number 2, objects, IAE engines. This is where we need to modify some data refs. So we're going to open up IAE left object and IAE right object, and I'm going to use Notepad plus to do that. So IAE left, edit with Notepad plus plus, and then we're also going, I'm just going to open all of them so we don't have to toggle back and forth. So I've opened up IAE left, and then we need to open up IAE right. So now you can see IAE left, IAE right. And then we're going to need to do IAE fast left, as well as IAE fast right. So now I've got the objects for engine left, engine right, and fast left and fast right. We're going to start with IAE left object. What we need to do now is scroll all the way to the bottom. Down here, you're going to begin seeing some animations. This is where we need to modify these data refs so that we get proper animations with our new engine mod. So to do this, there's a couple things we need to start changing. We need to change the reverser animations. So under IAE left object, I'm going to find where it says model controls engine reverse number 1, which is right here. I'm going to hit Control F, and that brings up replace. Now, it's good to do this because you'll be able to change multiple items in this file instead of going through every single line. So use the Control F or the replace function. We're going to go replace, and we're going to replace this with animation reverser left. Now, I'm going to paste that there and replace. And what you want to you want to hit replace all. You notice I just hit replace and it replaced one. Just go ahead and hit replace all. So now I replaced all 22 occurrences with reverser left. All right, so now we replaced the left side. So now we're going to do it with the right. So we're going to go to our objects number IAE right, and we're going to come all the way down here again. We're going to do the same thing. And we're going to find where it says model controls engine reverser R. Highlight that, left Control F, replace, and we're going to replace that with animation reverser right. I'm going to hit replace all. Now you can say replace 23 occurrences on that engine. All right, so now that we've replaced the reverser animations, let's go back to our left engine. Now we need to change some hide animations. We need to find where it says model visible engine fan R1 and L1 respectively. So since we're in the left engine, we're going to look for L1. Down here at the bottom, you'll see it says animation hide. we're going to highlight this. We're going to highlight this entire row here. Left Control F for the replace function. And we're going to change this and hit replace all. Now there's only one occurrence there, so we've replaced that on the left engine. So we're going to go to the right. We're going to come all the way to the bottom. We're looking for the same animation. So now on the right engine, we're going to select that same dataref there, animation hide. We're going to do left Control F, replace. And we're going to change it to those values and replace all. There's only one instance there. All right, so back to our left engine. We just got a couple more to do. We need to do the model controls engine fan 1. So basically we got to modify the engine fan. So we're looking for, so here for the rotation animations, we're going to select the model controls engine fan 1. We're going to go ahead and select that. Replace with our new animation blade L1 angle. All right, so I've replaced both of those now. So we got to do the same thing to our right object, which is right here. Model controls engine fan right, Control F, replace that. With animation blade R1 angle. Replace all. There's two occurrences. We've replaced both of them. So now we've successfully modded our left and right objects. So you want to make sure you save it. So we'll just go ahead and save that one. And we'll go ahead and save that one. So now our left and right engines are modified. We can go ahead and close those. Now we have just a few more to go. We're going to modify the fast objects left and right. Now, I'm replacing all of these from text from the Discord. I will also upload this text to the description of this video, but if you need to find, if it's not uploading to Google Drive fast enough for you, just navigate to the Discord, and it's actually under the Neo Mod section. Look under pinned messages, and there's a whole description on how to do this. And that's all I'm following. I'm following these exact instructions here for you on video. So that's where I'm getting these figures from. All right, so what we need to do now for the fast objects is we need to find the IAE fast left, which we're in, and we need to scroll all the way down to where we have a hide animation. So we're going to just go all the way to the bottom here. And down here we have animation hide. We're going to select this one. We're going to do Control F, replace with our new figures. Replace all. There's just one occurrence there. That's for our IAE fast left. And then for our fast right, we need to do the same thing. So we need to come all the way down to the bottom. There it is, animation hide. Select that. Replace. And we're going to do it with animation hide again. Boom. So now that's replaced. All right, the last two we need to do are the model controls engine fan 1. So right here, model 1 controls engine fan 1. Highlight that. We're going to replace that with animation blade L1 angle. I always hit replace all. There's only one occurrence there. And then we need to do it to the right engine as well. So we're going to come over here, left Control F, replace, get the new Control paste it, R1 angle, replace. Done. Animation blade R1 angle. Remember, throughout the time of this modding, 0 refers to engine number 1, or the left engine. 1 refers to engine number 2, or the right engine. All right, that is pretty much all you need to do with that. So we're going to save both of these now. Save. Make sure you save them or else it won't work. And we can close out of that. And that is pretty much going to wrap it up, guys. So let's launch X-Plane and test our new engines. All right, so if you're like me and you just have a bunch of copies and you don't know which aircraft to select, if you just hover over the aircraft, it will show you the path of that airplane. So this is my Toliss 319 version 3 copy number 2. So this is the exact airplane that I want to use. We're going to select that. I'm just going to load up to my default test airport because it loads fast, TNCM. And there you have it. Lovely IAE engines on the Toliss A319. We'll do a quick engine start here to make sure our animations are modified correctly. I've got the ground air on and everything like that. So we'll just go ahead and crank engine number 1. And there she goes. And you can see there engine number 2 spooling up. Just love those engines. Now for liveries, unless you paint your own engines with those paint kits, you're just going to have to kind of look around and find engines that will match your current paint scheme that you want. But I'm not into the painting scene just yet, so I hope you guys can have fun with that. I hope this tutorial helps you out, and I'll catch you guys on another video real soon.